Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, July 13th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. How would we be able to wake up in the fifth dimension? Being himself the supreme being, but thinking himself to be separate, man strives to become united. What is stranger than this? Ramana Maharshi. Sometimes in this life, we just need a good excuse to start choosing a more spiritually awakened existence. We need to know why we are much more amazing than what we have imagined. We want to be shown the steps, how to reach a higher dimension of consciousness, one that is easily accessible and instantly available now. Our world is being pushed, to re-enter the age of enlightenment from the threat of a global suicide. There are already millions of people who have reached a higher level of consciousness, simply because there is no better place to turn to. Now, this is your chance to let go of all your struggling and expand all of the limitations that you have had. It's time to transmutate all those dense 3D layers of suffering into lighter fifth dimensional levels of bliss tonight. Question is, are you ready to exponentially increase the level of spiritual fun that you're currently having in this life? This fifth dimensional consciousness is becoming a worldwide trend. And we're all being invited to get out of bed, wake up, jump on the enlightenment train with everyone. This self-awakening journey begins right now by accepting one sweet and simple fact: that you are a spiritual being who will never die. And yes, you may intellectually know this, yet are you truly living it? When you live, work, and breathe with this spiritual understanding inside you, every action you take all day long allows the fifth dimensional experience to naturally initiate itself. Your experience of time and space will expand as you find yourself becoming more patient, understanding, loving, and present to your vast spiritual nature. And as you physically embody this eternal soul, who cannot be wet by water, nor burnt by fire, you will, as if for the very first time, experience your real divinity inside. You are given the gifts of the gods. You create your reality according to your beliefs. Yours is the creative energy that makes your world. There are no limitations to the self except those you believe in self. Each moment of our lives contains the possibility of experiencing yourself as pure consciousness, which is omnipresent, found in everything and everyone. You already are a divine soul. You do not have to do anything to achieve it. You already are an unlimited source of divine cosmic intelligence that is overflowing with infinite love, power, and unstoppable creativity. To embody this enlightened state only requires one thing: to bring your mind into complete stillness and silence, to fall into the infinite gap that is between your thoughts. Try it right now. Let go of the last thought your mind was focused on. And don't touch the next thought that is about to come. Simply be in the middle, be still, relax into your heart, and enjoy being here now. Explore this for many hours, many days, weeks, until you feel a perceptual paradigm shift occur. You will know when it happens, and just in case, the silent meditation practice is simple. Bring your attention repeatedly into the heart space until you finally can calm and tame the mind. The pull of the mind is usually outside of the body, towards the plethora of desire and distractions that everyone else is magnetized to in the world out there. When the mind perpetually redirected inwards towards the source of spiritual stillness for hours on end, the results will be magnanimous. In the fifth dimension, you'll experience a profound inner peace with everyone in your life. Every challenging memory from your past will become easier for you to be with. And essentially, you will stop all of your suffering. Tranquility and serenity will take over your reality. And you'll see how easy, enjoyable, and effortless life truly can be. This amazing paradigm shift manifests by finding stillness inside your body and mind. Inner stillness is the first door to entering the fifth dimension. Another sacred secret for your journey is this. Choose to keep opening your fourth chakra, the heart center, all the time. The fourth dimension exists through the heart, and it must first be wide open with 100% trust before the higher fifth dimensional experience can fully blossom. Your heart must remain open in every situation, with every person you meet. If you wish to receive this divine 5D experience, to keep the heart open, simply redirect the needy mind back to the source of love. The heart will naturally remain open on its own. And in this silent, loving space, the enlightened one lives in the heart. When he moves about and deals with men and things, he knows that what he sees is not separate from the one supreme reality, the Brahman, which he realized in the heart as his own self, the real. Oman Rishi. The 5D seed has already been planted. It is just waiting for you to water it. You simply have to give your heart your silent, loving attention. Your love is the sweet water of your seed to sprout and grow roots. In the beginning of this divine sprouting, you will pass through experiences of joy, bliss, and ecstasy like nothing you've ever known before. There are a few of the signs that you're entering the fifth dimension. These are: listen to your innermost being. Each moment of life is guiding you deeper into the fifth dimension. The universe is on your team and wants you to find your highest enlightenment. The spiritual heart is like your torch, shining the way through the darkness of the mind, so you can ignite the higher states of self-realization and spiritual illumination. The good news is you don't need to try to turn this spiritual light on. You already exist as an infinite light being. The light of your spiritual heart is already lit up and is that which your mind is seeking. Simply direct your awareness within, and it will blaze brighter upon everyone, including yourself. Your constant relaxation into this spiritual light is what makes this world a healing space for all to enjoy. To find the entry point into your sacred heart, you must be emotionally at peace to find this deep penetrating silence of the mind. Imagine that you are like an enormous lake without any ripples. The mind is going to resist this at first. Yet remember one detail. The universe is vast, open infinity of space, and this is absolutely quiet. There is something completely new in this great silence that you've never, ever experienced before. The silent heart offers your life real freedom and true clarity. Your precious 5D soul connection is found and felt by surrendering completely to your heart. Surrender is the golden passageway to enter the fifth dimension. And it is unveiled when you allow your mind to be absorbed in the love of your own heart's presence, detach from the busy mind, and let go of thinking completely and fall totally into your heart. Practice this daily, and one day you will surely arrive in the land of 5D. It is simple. By grace of your own soft, sweet presence, your own divine consciousness that delivers you into the fifth dimension. No techniques are needed. Simply pay closer attention to the pure stillness within the heart. It is the foundation of your own divine presence. You already are the divine. You are God consciousness. No matter how ordinary your life may seem, simply surrender to stillness and you'll discover how this is so obvious and true. All of the highest dimensions of reality are already available within you. You already have a cosmic body and a universal bliss body to explore. The societal mind has simply narrowed itself and blocked the path from you experiencing it. Like a small finger placed over your eye, it is blinding you from seeing your true omnipresent reality. When you drop your mind and your ego's ambitiousness to achieve something or become someone, you can come from a place of being more humble, sensitive, soft, and gentle. In this space, you can tune into the higher fifth dimensional frequencies filled with abundance, love, and lightness. In this ultimate humble space, you'll find your greatest freedom as a soul, the real purpose of your being here. What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. Richard Bach. Now, if you want to avoid all future suffering, jump on this global train to enlightenment sooner than later and make this 5D commitment. Every morning before you do anything productive, simply devote your entire being to quieting your mind and rest deeply into the silent heart. Sit completely still until you're actually find a thread of absolute peace inside. Do not take any actions in this 3D world unless you are connected to the center of this peaceful state. The commitment is the golden secret to spirituality, waking up and experiencing the fifth dimension all throughout your day. Only when your intention is strong and you are humble and open to receiving more love than you can imagine, then the actual specific guidance that you personally need will come to you. And when the fifth dimension hits you, you will know things you could not know, see things you wouldn't see, and feel this sacred energy within everything and everyone. Our planet is already home to millions of highly conscious, heart-centered, open-minded beings. The number of enlightened beings is multiplying exponentially with the help of the viral social media networks. Together, we are creating a global enlightenment when inner peace is found by billions of human beings. This planet will evolve exponentially, technologically, socially, financially, emotionally, and spiritually. Everyone will wake up on every level. Darwin's 100th monkey proved it. All the monkeys who were on a separate island unconsciously learned how to wash their potatoes without being shown how to do it. Nobody on earth is going to miss this massive ride into a global spiritual awakening. Look within, be still, free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of living in the way, Buddha. So my final advice to you on your journey into 5D is this: be ridiculously patient and gentle with yourself. You've been trying to find this enlightened state for many lifetimes. When you are devoted to being gentle with yourself and have the quality of infinite patience, feeling the spiritual eternity of time ahead of you, the process of finding this divine silence and stillness within your heart will happen naturally and effortlessly. Through persistent gentleness and patience, we always make the most exceptional leaps in consciousness. The deepest devotion to being gentle with your light also inspires others to do the same. Patience is contagious. Other beings feel our vibration. Watch how we respond to tricky situations, and it shows them what is possible with their lives. Everyone automatically learns how to find their highest level of consciousness through the depth of another being's silence. So every morning that you can devote ample time to being with this simple, soft, sweet stillness within you, you'll be taking another step towards waking up to the fifth dimension. You'll know that you're in 5D because you'll be so happy to take on anything that life throws at you. Whatever the situation or circumstances that are given, you'll naturally be meeting with them with a peaceful heart and a joyful, quiet mind. Through much practice in silencing the common daily mind chatter, the fifth dimension will slowly root itself in you. It just will happen on its own accord. You will wake up one morning, truly understand the vast unlimited power that you have inside. Today is that day. Start turning on mind. Start turning on mind around to meet your highest 5D self in the heart. Your greatest stillness will reveal all the greatest mysteries to reaching the fifth dimension of consciousness. The path to living in a 5D life is by far the greatest enlightening experience you could ask for at this point in your journey. Enlightenment is stillness of the mind, Papaji. So if you will, go to a place where you're not going to be interrupted. And I'm sure that we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax these bodies we are in. Because we're not the body. We are not the character. We are not the personality. We are not our status in this life. We are the God within. So to relax the body, you move to the breath. Focus on the breath. Easy and slowly in through the nose and easy and slowly out in the mouth. This stills the ego mind, subconscious mind. All the noise chatter is not there because you're in the now. And the over 60,000 thoughts that we put out every day aren't there. And the tens of millions and billions of thoughts that fly by like clouds in the sky and regulate programs, they're not there. So you still, the body lets it go. You're in the now. The ego mind does not exist in the now. And you've detached. You're leaving them alone. You're not entertaining them. Now it's important that we practice being gentle, kind, generous, and humble with ourselves at all times. And being in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, purest of the purest, purest, eternal gratitude. Being in the now is the gateway to the journey within and discovering fifth density. And the body, it lets go of stuff. Worry, stress, fear, anxiety, anger, hatred, all the things we accumulate because it has no need for it. Zero. So we store a lot of things in the body. It's like we get these little nooks and crannies. Some people store stress in their feet, others in their neck, some in their hands, some in their arms, legs, lower back, everywhere. And when we don't know the body and we don't release that over a certain period of time, through the years, you can have biological breakdowns. So it's a good idea that through the breath, moving into the now, that we relax the body through the breath. Now, in the now, we have silence, complete stillness. We're in the heart mind. Now, the ego mind does not want you to stay in the now because it doesn't exist there. So sometimes we kind of float off. And we grab something. We grab a thought. And the thought most likely has nothing to do with us. But nevertheless, we grab onto it and we float off. But knowing this, all we say is that that's not a biggie. I'll focus on my breath, and I'll be in the now. And I'll be in the now 3,000% of the time, which is every time. Knowing is halfway there. And we also are able to start mastering the ego mind and the subconscious mind because we watch them. Don't judge them. We watch them. We watch how they operate. And then eventually you'll know that's an ego thought. I'm not interested in that. Right? Or that's an ego response. I'm not interested in that. And then you'll say to yourself, this is about ego. I'm not interested in entertaining ego. So it's a constant focus on the now. Even though there's a lot of us that are still spending time in the material physical world, more and more I'm beginning to realize is that path is no longer of interest. Even if you're in the now for a second or 2 seconds, you can keep repeating, moving into the now through the breath. It's practice. So it's all about. All of us have the capability. It's pursuing it, committing to it. Now we all get distracted at times. You might have a feeling come over you, and it's about something that you've experienced in this life. And it was a fun time, so you reminisce. And it's fun to reminisce. And we find ourselves standing in front of 3 paths. We're all standing in the center path, the now. Then there's a path on the left, yesterday, in the past. Path on the right, tomorrow, the future. Now you look at all 3 paths and you notice that the trees have formed golden canopies over each path. Shimmering leaves and branches and bark. The path itself is a vibrant emerald green flaming grass. Pierce the grass. Now we notice that all 3 of these paths, that the one we're standing in front of the now looks brand new. The one on the left yesterday, really used. Same with the one on the right, tomorrow, really used. And the center path looks brand new. The reason this is because the ego mind does not want us in the now. It wants us in yesterday or tomorrow. Well, that's where all the suffering is. In the now, there's no suffering. Isn't that amazing? Yet most of us choose to either be into tomorrow or yesterday. But we know one constant, the now is all we have. You would think that knowing that by being in the now, you don't have any suffering, worrying, stressing, fearing. It would seem to be highly motivational for most of us to practice being in the now every chance we get. Because we've all been taught to do the opposite. No, you go in the future or tomorrow or yesterday. So it's a choice. But once you make it, there's no going back. Because then it makes it twice as difficult. When it's not difficult at all. And we have this subconscious mind that records everything. Everything. From the time you enter that baby body and the body grows, everything around you everything outside of you, anything, it records it all. Stores it in your great hall. Not only this lifetime, but all lifetimes. And it randomly plays them back. And it stores them. And see, when you get to the point of mastering the subconscious mind, you'll be able to tell it when you would like certain things played back. You're directing it, it's not directing you. Now, we'll go into the past. We all do. We'll go to our great hall, open the door, turn on the light. Now, a lot of the times when you walk into a room, you don't know it, but you will briefly, flash your eyes at the ceiling and the walls. You do the same thing when you walk into your great hall. But there's no ceiling and walls because it's so darn vast. Nevertheless, you will proceed to pick some movies out and some books and some pictures of your past experiences. And you'll go sit in an easy chair and you'll notice a white rectangle floating in the air. And you'll watch some of those movies, read some of those books, and look at some of the pictures. You might use it as resource, and I tried this so many years ago, it didn't work. I'm going to see if I try it this way, if it'll work this time. Other times where you were really enjoying yourself and replaying it, right? And it's a fun interaction. But then we put everything back. Turn off lights, shut the door, and move forward in life. And on occasion, we'll revisit. Some of us, unconsciously, will stay there so long that they'll end up taking that past into a future that doesn't exist, create that future from that past, relive that past in that future. That's why some people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, we all go into the future because the ego mind is always pushing us. It is. It's always pushing and poking and prodding you and pressuring you. Get in the future. No, you got to find these things out. You got to know. And so we'll go in the future. And we'll look for external authorities. And the external authorities are all kinds. You've got psychics, clairvoyants, numerologists, astrologers, card readers, tea leaf readers, palm readers, pendulum readers. It goes on and on and on. But nonetheless, we will seek one out. They will in turn ask questions, what are you looking for? What do you want to know? You'll say, I want to know when I'm going to have enough money to enjoy my life. And so they'll shuffle the cards and lay them out on the table, and then they'll start going through and telling you about money coming to you. And they may say that you have a major amount of money coming to you, and it's going to come out of the clear blue when you least expect it. And you're looking at anywhere from a week to 3 weeks. Now you have a response. Let's say you have 3 different responses. First person just kind of did it for giggles, right? Had no trust in themselves or the universe. So they just blow it off. Then you have the person that just, goes bonkers. They'll write it in the calendars. They'll start forming expectations and attachments to its outcome. Is it going to happen this way? Then this is going to be this way, and I can do it this way, and then I can expect this to happen and this, and so it just gets really convoluted. And they count the hours. Now, a third person will look at it and embrace it and know that it's being manifested. And make sure that they're as clear in detail as possible with the universe. And they have full confidence and trust in themselves and the universe. Not even a smidgen of a doubt, period. See, and then they leave it alone. And boom, it comes to them. It's like if you get in your way, it's not going to come. You get in your own way. You get too fixated on it, it's not going to come. You push it away. But when you're confident, you have trust in yourself and the universe, it's going to come. And you leave the rest up to the universe. Period. Now, we have parts of ourselves. Not the body, but the God within the body. We have parts of ourselves that are stone cold asleep. They're on a different vibration. Then we have parts of ourselves that are awake. Consciously aware. Consciously aware means that we know that we are of and from the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Now, we deeply love those that are stone cold asleep as much as we do the ones that are awake. And the ones that are stone cold asleep will wake up maybe this lifetime, maybe not. Maybe it'll be a few thousand more lifetimes. We're not separate. The bodies give you the illusion of separation, but we're not separate. We never have been, never will be, ever beyond and forever. So it means that all of the physical forms, Pleiadians, Sirians, Arcturians, Andromedans, Eli, Zeta Reticuli, Anunnaki, Nords, Greys, Draco, Reptilian, Golden Pyramid, Avion, just to name a smidgen, the gods in their bodies are no different than the gods in our bodies. Ascended masters were in bodies, right? Now they hold pure consciousness. What are we in these bodies? Pure consciousness. So you kind of picture it like we're all, each God is experiencing in different ways, right? But as one. Okay, it's interesting. As one, but you can, everybody is off here and there experiencing not only humanoid form, but, trees, rocks, whatever. It's getting to it's choosing, each of us, to come full circle and realize that we are not these bodies. Then you move with the journey within. And eventually, we will be able to be in more than one place at one time. Because we're part of everything. Everything's part of us. So doesn't it make sense? You should be able to be in more than one place at one time. Look at the archangels, the cherubim, seraphim archetypes. They have a God within those bodies, which is the same as the God in our bodies. Say are the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, the garden and beneath earth. And all the loved ones who ascend to that body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited, okay, so they leave the body, and that's the God that leaves the body. That's the same God that's within us in these bodies. And it's interesting because parts of the gods, right? There's parts of the gods that know that parts of us have amnesia, so they try to help make sure that we come out of amnesia and start rediscovering who and what we are. So everything's working in total perfection without any mess-ups at all. It is perfectly engineered. There is no randomness to our existence. Everything is designed finitely while we're in these bodies for us to experience exactly what we've intended to experience, even though the majority of us don't know that. So when you look at this, we look at this planet, and we, the gods in these bodies, collectively have decided that we really don't care to have pure evil, lower dark matter, survivor matter frequencies, souls that have taken on too much darkness, occupying this planet. So we're liberating it, transcending it. And as far as numbers, we say, hundreds of millions on and off world, you could get technical and say infinity. One gigaplex fills this universe with not even one square inch of sacred space is fair. You're talking trillions of gigaplexes, trillions of universes. And they all know, all the gods. Now, they might not be the physical form that those gods are in. It's similar to our situation where we're disconnected and we're too much in the material world. So we're in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. We're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, expand, and grow. Now, we immediately form a circle of white fire light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, this white fire emanates from the gods that we are in these bodies. Pure, deep, eternal love. Highest of the highest, high vibrational frequencies. Now, this light is so bright that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. Not only that, you could take 1 trillion suns, bunch them all together, and compare them to this light, and they would pale in comparison. Now we're saturating this planet, flooding it, permeating it, infinity and beyond. There's no escape. And we're flooding it with what? Pure, deep, eternal love. There's no vibrational frequency higher than pure, deep, eternal love. We're not talking about romantic love. This is way, way, way beyond that. So we begin to ascend above the planet. we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. We try to describe it through depicting things that we've experienced on this planet. Such as a grand finale fireworks display, a grand finale laser light show display, and the ballroom globe. Faceted mirrors, perfectly etched. You shine light on it, it floods the room with light. And we take all these and we intensify them maybe 1 trillion times and combine them all into one massive crescendo. And in one burst of light, clear, sparkling, multicolored lights, flickering. That's about as close as we'll get to describing the ocean of glitter. Then we look at the reflective points, and they're everywhere. And it's these little tiny microscopic, perfectly etched mirrors, and we enter them, and then we find out that we are teaching and learning all the time from each other. Period. Now, it doesn't matter, what life form the gods that we are inhabit to experience, but there's always messages specifically for you. Say, and once you become aware and your journey is within, you'll see a lot of it. You'll see absolute tons of it. Whether it be a blade of grass, a leaf on a tree, a dog, a cat, a bird in the sky, other people coming and going, bug in the rug, it doesn't matter. These are all messages that come to us. Those in the material world usually miss this. Someone might be saying, who is aware, look at that butterfly flying right in front of me. What's the big deal? The other person said, what's the big deal? It's just a butterfly. And you know differently. Not just a butterfly. It is giving me a message. Now, we create light. We, the gods in these bodies, we create different columns of light to remind us of things. And we're immediately met with the omnipotently powerful emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. And this is to remind us, the God that we are within these bodies, that we are the power of healing these bodies. We are then met with Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is carrying a column of light. Violet, blue, purple, flaming light, which is again to remind us, gods, that those of us in these bodies, the gods that we are, of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. And we have the white fire. This column of light emanates from the gods that we are within these bodies. It's pure, deep, eternal love. It forms an armor, impenetrable armor around us. It cannot be breached, violated, enticed, seduced, or anything. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, no demon possession, no attachments can ever take place. They can't hold their form with such a high vibrational frequency, so they must leave. Or vaporize. So always, because as long as we maintain that frequency, but you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency low enough, whether consciously or unconsciously, through hatred, anger, greed, revenge. Worry, stress, fear, anxiety, envy, hurriedness, all of this will lower your vibrational frequency low enough, create a breach in your light fire armor, allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. Now you do decide to do this. We, the gods in these bodies, have created fail-safes, right? So we create a double column of light. First part of the column is purple transmuting flame. This reminds us we bring in the transmuting flame. We transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralized substance. We send them to pure consciousness where they are, no more. Then we have the violet ray. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest high, the deepest of the deepest, and the purest of the purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we, the gods in these bodies, created to remind us, since, a lot of us have amnesia, to remind us that we are the sunlight. We are the sun. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the trees and the forest and the soils and the animals and the clouds and the sky. We are everything, and everything is us. Now, we've been trained as a species, civilization, for thousands and thousands of years to believe outside of ourselves, right? So we're separate. So when we do see a rainbow, sunset, sunrise, we say, isn't that beautiful? I got to get a picture of that. That's beautiful. And then you turn around and say, the truth, it is beautiful because it's you, the God in that body. Now, through the heart-mind, you look at the same view and you say, that is the God that I am. See, this begins to end the illusion that's been placed upon us of separation. We begin to eliminate the illusion of separation. Now, we continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us who are carrying physical form decide to step outside the physical form and hover effortlessly above it. And the reason we do it is because we can. And it's a lot of fun. We come into full contact with this massive crystal night tower. We, the gods in these bodies, created this tower larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we discover a massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere, we see this golden white ball of light. It, in turn, is surrounded by multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This, in turn, creates this super misty, super bright white sparkling, kind of a cloud, and it's absorbed through our heart-mind, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. We discovered that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest, deepest, and purest of the purest, purest, eternal gratitude. Love. Well-being. Gentleness. kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, and massive abundance. And then we discover that all of that is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we, the gods, designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, 24/7, infinity and beyond. What is golden ocean? Pure, deep, eternal love. We, all of us, are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of this golden ocean. Golden ocean is drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We, the gods in these bodies, created this sphere over 4 years ago. It's moving towards 1900 of our meditations in perpetual motion. 7 days a week, every day, for over 4 years. It's massively powerful. It's cumulative. Massive impact on this planet. That's why the sphere can be seen, heard, and felt in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. It continues to grow, intensify, and expand. All of this is flooding this planet big time. It is saturating and permeating this planet. All life, the highest supreme value in universes, on it, in it, above it, and below it. This pure, deep, eternal love, the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. We've set up a field, right? And you can see it. You can go into the now with your breath. Focus, right? Stay in the now with your breath and watch. You used to be a watcher, not a judger. And you watch how we've placed this pure, deep, eternal, golden, white, pink, kind of a mist, if you will, shimmer. You can see through it, walk through it. You also notice it on the surface of this planet. There is this dark matter that's evaporating. It looks like it's being vacuumed off the planet in all directions. And it's the blackest of the blackest black. And so you look at it and you say, that is pure, deep, eternal love evaporating the pure evil. Souls that have taken in too much darkness, lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies. Remember, they can't hold their shape in that type of love, which is the highest of the highest high vibrational frequencies. So as it passes through that kind of atmosphere, you watch as it disintegrates into nothingness. And then we created the canopy, the sky, golden, white, pink light, that any of it that gets that far is immediately flashed into non-existence. It's gone. All of it. This is what's happening on this planet. It is all being eliminated permanently. Will this stop? No. This is infinity and beyond. We're already a God planet. Now we're transforming it into a God planet paradise so that we enjoy our lives rather than suffer them. And you can tap into it anytime you choose to. For 6 minutes, explore the statement, the truth of who I am is. Just pointing in this direction will spontaneously and magically allow you to awaken your highest level of being. You can easily transcend and ascend past old illusions when you are centered in the truth of who you are. All your unconscious, hypnotic, doing and thinking patterns will disappear when you are present to this truth. What do you feel like you need to do today to discover more about the truth of who you really are? Knowing who we really are gives us permission to forget who we think we are. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy breath in slowly through the nose and out slowly through the mouth. Be still. This universe is abundant and overflowing with positive energy. Just stop whatever you're doing and notice this. The moment you pay attention to this abundance, you're resisting it from coming in. Take 7 minutes and meditate on all the abundance in this universe right now. Let your mind get out of the way and explore what it feels like to think expansively. Know that everything you can imagine, you can experience. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night, the following morning, and we will return here 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our Time for Change call, and 3 p.m. Eastern Thursday to continue our Global Guided Meditation call.